Good tattoos aren't cheap, and cheap tattoos aren't good. Let's bring that over to the hair world. Good haircuts aren't cheap, and cheap haircuts aren't good. I have sat in over 260 chairs. A lot of people, before they go on trips, before they travel, they get tuned up by a stylist or a barber before their trip. I wait till I go on a trip, in whatever city I'm in, I find a stylist or a barber that I want to sit in their chair. So I've sat just around the corner. There's kind of like this little hood shop around here with blasting hip hop, and I walked in, and all of a sudden everyone went quiet. Someone said it was like the scratching record, and everything got quiet. And like they thought I was going to ask them for directions. I said, yeah, can someone here line up my beard? And all of a sudden, whew, he's not a cop, okay. So then the music started again. So I went around the corner here on my first day just to get lined up a little bit. And that young man, if you follow my Instagram, at George A. Bruno, I took a picture with that young man, and he taught me a few things, because I learned from everybody. You know, Galileo said, I never met a man so ignorant that I couldn't learn something from him. And I'm not saying the young man was ignorant. What I'm saying is that I learned from everybody. I'm a student of everybody. I teach a lot. I've stood in front of groups of 10,000 people in stadiums. When I'm on TV, there's millions of people watching me. But I'm also a student, so strive to be a student. And I learned something from him. He was my 260th chair that I've sat in. Can you imagine that? I've been in every chair from a $250 stylist in New York to an $8 haircut at Hair Butchery. I won't say the name. And you know what I'm talking about. My family lives here in Melbourne Beach, Florida. I spent a couple days with them before I came here, and at the Melbourne Mall there was a little salon that does $5 haircuts. And I had to go and do a selfie with the $5 haircut sign, like that. And you'll see that on my Instagram, at George A. Bruno. And I thought to myself, well, that's interesting. And it said, we work only on tips. So the $5 goes to the salon owner. I thought that was kind of interesting. And my father, who's been cutting hair for over 60 years, gave me a haircut. And I'm like, damn it, I should have waited and got a $5 haircut. And that would have been a blast to just kind of ask the stylist in Spanish, can I set up my phone and record the haircut? Because I think that would have been a blast to record the $5 haircut and then, do a video on that. But here's the funny thing. Across the street from the mall was a $3 haircut place. Woo! All right, race to the bottom. Never compete on price. Come on, guys. Compete on quality and value. Forget the price thing. People are willing to pay if you provide value and quality, and we're going to get into that. If you provide a purpose, which is what I do when I cut people's hair. Men, when I made the switch from cutting the hair and styling up the most beautiful silver-haired women in the world, which you can see at my website, which is a blog, georgebruno.com, and my Instagram, at George A. Bruno. And my YouTube channel, which is the most important, and it is monetized. Thank you very much. When I made the switch from doing women's hair to men's hair, I started doing beards. I've cut over 10,000 beards. You know, Malcolm Gladwell says if you do something for 10,000 hours, you become an expert at it. So what I built up was a following that comes from 7 countries and 17 states. Men will fly into Philadelphia, take an Uber to King of Prussia, PA, get a haircut and a beard trim, take an Uber back to the airport, and fly back to Austin. Where I work, they're like, what do you mean people come from other states? I said, because I offer quality. I offer value. Happens all the time. Celebrities, sportscasters, broadcasters, names, and One of the things that I do is I don't reveal the names, but I cut the hair of some huge people, huge, I'm talking top 10 people in the media. And I don't do the selfies with them because they want privacy, and I provide privacy. That's what I do. But groom with a purpose. Groom with a purpose. In other words, groom with the end result in mind. When you buy a drill, what are you really buying? A hole. A hole. You're buying the result of what it can produce. In the innovation world, they call that reverse engineering, starting with the end in mind. That's why my consult is 20 minutes. Consult is just a fancy word for pre-service interview. If this is the mirror right here, I don't sit you in the chair and talk to you in the mirror. I slide up a stool and I get on your level and I look in your eye and I say, good morning. You take a breath, shake a hand, and then I say, how can I help you today? What I don't do is look at you in the mirror and say, so what are we doing today? And you know your stylist and barber does that. They're like everyone else. They want to be different like everybody else, right? So how I demonstrate it is